Hello and welcome to Total Retro Entertainment and Technology. This is the first video in our series, and it's time to discuss the ZX Spectrum on Nintendo DS. Now, before I begin, I'm going to give a standard notice. This is intended for education only and for the greater good. It is not I am not interested in marketing. I am not interested in SEO. I am not interested in monetization. If you contact me for any of those reasons, you will find yourself deleted and blocked without response. Please do not waste your time or mine. Now, the ZX Spectrum was one of the first home computers. It came out in 1982. It was sold mainly in the United Kingdom. It became very popular there. It was very cheap, 199 pounds, so it went down to eventually 99 pounds, but you needed interfaces for printers and joysticks, and you need a tape recorder, and eventually they did there were some attempts at disk drives. It didn't really succeed, but tape recorder was the most popular method. Now, a few years ago, there was talk of bringing out a handheld ZX Spectrum. It was going to be a clone. It had the Sinclair licensing. It turned out to be a scam, and instead they basically folded and they sent out maybe 50 of them, and none of the programs work, so it was a waste of time. Fortunately, there are now ways to play ZX Spectrum thanks to computer emulation on PC, on Mac, on cell phone, and also because you have clones of ZX Spectrum hardware, and you have the actual hardware has been modified to run HDMI instead of running on PAL systems, and with and the interfaces will still work. You can now run them in the United States. Anyway, let's talk about the ZX Spectrum on the Nintendo DS. You will need a few things to make this work. First, you need one of these, a Nintendo DS. It can be any form of Nintendo DS up to the 3DS, and any variation of those is acceptable. You'll need a stylus. This is important because it'll help you with with working the program. You'll need an R4 card, which is a card that plays homebrew. It plays other things. Feel free you can get a hold of the R4 card on eBay. I'll give you a link in the description. You need roughly a 16 to 32 gigabyte micro SD card, and you need it to be able to download the programs. You can do that through World of Spectrum. I can tell you right now, not all the programs are going to work. Most of them will, and we're going to demonstrate two of them today. Now, most people demonstrate using the program Manic Miner, and I think it's a great game, but I also think it's hard to play. Anyway, let's go here. Touch Bomberman is the default. It's the R4 software. Go here. A bunch of things come up. ZXDS.NDS is the program. I will give you a link to the latest version. There's also other emulators that work with there. I can tell you that there are also Commodore 64 and Atari 8-bit in there as well. So you can pretty much do you can do several of the main home computers. Anyway, this is ZXDS is loading, and we have the keyboard, and we have a bunch of commands up top. You have I/O, which where you load and save files. Controls. I stick to Kempton because it's a lot easier. View, configuration, system, different variations of the ZX. Custom, you can create your own. Which keyboard do you want? It comes with the modern or the original. And I say modern being the second version. And then help file, and then pause. So let's go to I/O, and we're going to load file, and we're going to go to Spectrum. And I have a few here. I can tell you Jet Set Willie really doesn't run. Pinball Wizard doesn't really run well here. Manic Miner does run. Tic Tac does run. It takes TZX, SNA. I stick to TZX. It's a little bit easier to manage. So let's play some Chucky Egg. And it's loading. Oh, you need a keyboard. You need a keyboard. You need a keyboard to start the game. Don't need to redefine, but you need the keys to start. Redefine key. Actually, first thing you need to do is redefine the keys. You use R. It's a standard command. Okay. And that's not right. So we're going to redefine again. I'm going to choose up, down, left, and right, and jump. And we're going to start the game. And I need one player. Sorry. Okay, this is basically a 1983 game. It reminds me a lot of Lode Runner. And it also is a good game because it reminds me of some of the flaws this program had. The up and down issue, I think, is a pain. And as you see, I'm being chased here, so I'm going to jump down. And that pretty much kills me. And we're going to go continue here. But you see the game's working. Now the good thing is the hands can't jump, so you don't have to worry about that. But they do eat your items. The goal is to clear the eggs, but they're bonus points for chicken feed. Eating the chicken feed. And we get out of the first level. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's move to the next game. Let's go to load file. The good thing is you can load a file. We can do that. And we're going to play some Match Day. And I need a keyboard again. And I'm using the modern keyboard for this. This is fine. Well, I call it the modern keyboard. It's a secondary keyboard. It's the second edition. And you see it's virtually loading. And it's going to take a minute. Now, if you want to switch keyboards, now the good thing is the controls can be switched to the various to the various joysticks. You can do it from. You can use cursor. You could use Sinclair 2, Kempston, the QAOP method, or that method, the keyboard method, or you can define your own, which is good. And we're just going to enter here. And here come the players out to the pitch. And we'll play a little bit of this. And you can tell this is glorious stereo sound. This is, this is a AAA game from 1985, folks. But still, these are great games to play, and I think they demonstrate very nicely. All right. Hold on. I think I forgot to set the controls. Where did I set them to? Hold on. Oh, pause. Anyway, here we go. You can't really tackle in this game, but you can chase the ball. And I'm doing that right now. Good save. Hey, we got Manuel Neuer in here today. I'm dating myself a bit here. And that's a goal kick. And it's taken by the defender, not by the goalie. It only lets you control one player at a time, so that's an issue. But such were the games in the 80s. And you're standing in front of the player. And goal kick. And that'll be all. And I think we've seen enough of that. As you just saw, there was a demonstration of the ZX Spectrum on Nintendo DS. Not all games are going to work. Some things require a keyboard, especially like text adventures or pinball type games or some shooters. But there are ways to work around it. I think the keyboard works well with text adventures if you use a stylus and poke around and do that. But still, it's not the easiest thing in the world. And it's got limitations, but it's a really good piece of software. And I appreciate you watching us today. I will be back in a couple of weeks with another video. Thank you for your time.